Okay, yesterday we have discussed about SDLC, waterfall model, and agile models, and given little introduction about what is DevOps and what is the significance of DevOps. Yesterday we discussed about it. So today we'll be discussing about the corporate environment basics, like how you will communicate with different people in the corporate. So that is the main goal for today's session. Okay, so. So every day we are coming with new topic, right? If you guys have any questions, you can ask us, and also you can send them WhatsApp or Instagram DM so that we can collaborate and we can work on those questions. Okay. So I hope you are seeing my screen. So today we'll start with introduction to corporate IT environment. Okay, transitioning from learning to working. So basically, you guys are learning very hard in your colleges. So you'll be learning academics and you will be learning different programming languages or maybe different subjects. Okay, but at the end of the day, once you enter into the corporate, right, your lifestyle will changes. Okay, it's not like everyday college. It's all depends on your company as well, okay, and also the team you are in. So you have to be vigilant about your teammates and also the managers who are part of your everyday life. Okay, so in corporate, right, there will be different tools and different communication styles. For example, if you want to communicate in your college, maybe you will go visit in canteen or somewhere or in playground or something. Everything in corporate, right? They will be using different tools to communicate each other. That may be the Outlook emails, or it may be Teams chat, or it may be what you call Slack. There are multiple tools used by corporate people to communicate each other. Okay, and it is different from each project. For example, in one project, consumer is mostly interested to use Slack. Maybe he is available on Slack so that all the project members will be available on Slack. Okay, so if there is the Teams, okay, they are going to use Microsoft Teams, then everybody will use that Microsoft Teams. So it's like everyone in the project, right? They will be using similar tools for communication. Okay, remember that. Okay, for example, we are using WhatsApp for communicating anything between our teams and all. In the same way, they will be using Teams or Slack or maybe just emails. So it's all depends on your project. And the thing is like why basics are matter. See, every time people will think like, for example, just imagine maths, okay? So people say maths is very tough, but the people really know like if they got basics right? That adding and subtraction and multiplication and dividing, if they have a good knowledge on that one, then it will be easy for them to when comparing with advanced mathematics. In the same way, integration derivations, okay, starting stage, it's very tough because you don't understand anything except the numbers and the text. That's it. You don't understand anything in integration and derivation. But basic steps will be starts in intermediate itself. When you have a good knowledge in intermediate, right, then you can pull it off in your BTech or any other stream. That's why you should have a good basics. Basics are nothing but you should know whom to address when there is something to happen. Okay. For example, like within the team, you want to communicate something, right? The tone will be different, and within the department, maybe when you're working with manager, the tone is different, and you're working with colleague, the tone is different. With the friends, the tone is different, meaning the way you communicate will changes every time whenever based on the other person. Okay, so based on other person only you have to change your communications. Okay, some people will say simply, I can say like, for example, if I say something, right, Rohit, can you give the chair to me? I'm just giving an example. So when you ask your manager, right, you will add some other words like please, could you please, can you please. So those are the words you will be adding that. So that's how corporate culture will changes with the please. So no matter what, just add please in corporate. That will makes life easy for you and him. Okay. So key areas covered today like email, what are the meeting tools and ticketing systems currently we have. Okay, that's what we will be discussing today. Okay, the first topic is email. Okay, email as a primary communication. So, for example, whenever you got a job offer in any company, okay, they will send out an email. They don't call you, okay, they will send out an email saying like you are successfully placed in so and so company, and this is your offer letter, and the all the required documents will be part of that email. Why? Because email is the key in corporate. Email can decide your life sometimes. Okay, if you send an email which is not related to your company or something, you can be fired. Okay, with just one mistake, you can be fired from your organization. Okay, that's why emails are very important, and you want to show proof to someone, maybe your manager or lead or any HR department or IT team, anyone. So emails are the proofs. Okay. There may be some other things as well, but email act as a primary component for any communication in 99.9% companies. Okay. So every time, whenever you're doing something, right, there should be an email from them to complete that particular task, and there should be email saying like, okay, this particular task is completed. If you, there is no email proof, right? That is nothing that you didn't work on that particular task. You're understanding, right? And professionalism is the key. Okay. So, for example, subject line. For example, our Code2 Bootcamp, right? Code2Corporate Bootcamp will be sending an invite saying like Code2 Boot Corporate Bootcamp by ITYZ at every day at 6 a.m. Okay, that's the subject line for our meeting. So in subject line, it should be very clear what you are going to present. For example, here project X update is nothing but like you are giving an update on particular project. You have to keep that in a subject line. And query regarding and meeting request. For example, you are sending a meeting request to someone to meet for a particular part discussion. At the time, you have to keep that in the subject line saying like this is the subject. Okay, so we are going to discuss about today's meeting. For example, if I am scheduling a meeting, right, this will be the today's meeting subject line. Go to corporate bootcamp day 3 corporate environment basics. So subject line plays major role. Okay, so avoid vague usages like hi or urgent. Okay, I need urgent work. Please come to my cabin. These kind of words, okay, it's not useful. Okay, simply say hi, Lohit. Hi, team. Dear team. Dear Mohan Vamsi. Dear Lohit. Dear IT Vizag team. So that's how you will use greetings in the emails. Okay. So subject line plays major role, and also the starting line, okay, dear team is different, team is different. Hi team, hi team. Everyone will say hi team, hello team. So anything is fine. There will be no issue. But don't say that just hi. Hi, I want to finish this particular work by end of the day. Instead of that, just refer with whom to your, for whom you are sending email. For example, in the email to list, there are like 10 people are there. You should address one of them who are really needed to check that particular email. For example, you are sending an approval emails to your manager, and you are sending to 10 persons in your team. If you don't mention your manager name, he also not interested like why this they sent out an email. If you address him right, then he will look, okay, this is addressed to me. Okay, what's the content here? Okay, okay, yeah, let me complete it. That's how things will move on. So we discussed about subject line, and we started with the greetings, and then coming to the body, like be clear to the point. Okay, emails are not your regular question papers, answer sheets to fill everything. Okay, emails are there to discuss about one particular point on that particular day. Okay, and also if you use Outlook, any of the advanced tools, right, there will be spelling mistakes. Okay, checker, sorry, spelling mistakes checker. So you should use that one. So you will have a proper email, and structure paragraph logically, and use bullet points and number list for clear clarity when needed. So it's like, for example, you are discussing about one particular point, okay, and you can say like action items for the day, okay, give like those 4 points in that email. So others, right, they will understand, okay, based on this meeting, these are the action items for us. And a structured program, paragraphs logically. So, for example, if you want to discuss about one particular topic, okay, just send out an email to that particular topic itself. Don't mix multiple topics in single email. For example, your subject line sales, discussion about profit share for last quarter. Okay, that's your subject line. And in body, you discussed about that quarter one details. In next paragraph, you kept quarter two details, and you're asking some suggestions on quarter two as well. So at the time, people may lose actual content here. Maybe they think you're asking only for quarter two, and they don't worry about quarter one. So that's how. But when you're sending an email, right, just stick to the point. Okay, don't waste your time and energy by mixing multiple topics into single one. Okay, closing. So every email will have a starting greetings. At the end of the day, it will have a closing saying like regards, best regards, thank you. People mostly, I will be using like best regards, and at the end of the day, we'll have a signature. I mean, end of that email will have a signature. It includes your name, your contact information, maybe your team name, or if there is any link for your team, you can place that, maybe website name or something. For example, if I am sending an email, right, that will be like Mohan Vamsi, and this is our WhatsApp contact, like 799622035, and we have our email ID if needed, or else we'll place our www.itwisor.com. If anything we want to add, right, we'll be adding our social media handles in the signature itself. So that's how you will format your email. Line, subject, solution, body, closing, and signature. These are the 5 steps are part of any email. So while sending emails, you should remember all these 5 points. Okay. Are you guys clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, recipients management, like for example, you're sending an email. So there are multiple things will be part of that email. For example, like to CC, BCC. Two is nothing but, for example, for example, we have 3 members here, right? Lohit, Naneshwar, and Vamsi. So Lohit sending an email to Vamsi, then he will keep Vamsi in two, and CC is like Naneshwar. So he will get a similar email, but he is not in two. He will be in CC. Next, we will have BCC. Okay, I guess like it's still opening. Give me a minute. So in emails, right, two is nothing but direct recipients who need to take an action or the primary audience. He will be part of two. CC is nothing but if somebody you want. CC is nothing but if you want to place someone here, right? You can click CC. CC will get same copy. BCC is nothing but you will hidden from everyone. Like there are like 10 participants. One of them in BCC, right? Others won't see that BCC resource. Sorry, BCC resource, right? Don't see others participants in that particular email. You just get a email saying like this is what sent by Mohan from this particular time. That's it. He will be he can access the email, but he cannot access the resources in that particular email. You guys should try this CC, BCC, and 2 how it will behave. If you keep something in here, right, it won't be reached to other audiences. Reply was reply all. For example, if somebody send an email, right, if you click reply, you will reply to that particular person itself. But if you click on reply all, right, you will be sending email for everyone in that particular email. Just for example, parcel, okay, and there will be two options: reply. Reply all is not here. Okay, there will be reply all option as well. Mostly you will be seeing your Outlook or Thunderbird. At that place, you will be seeing an option like reply all as well. And also, if in email, if you have too many email address, then you will have a reply all. Okay. And then we have attachments. So people will be using PFA. Please find attachment. PFA, if you mention somewhere in PFA, right, that means there is an attachment is part of that email. So others can look into that attachment whenever you are sending that email. And maintain a professional and respectable tone. For example, yeah, sorry guys, yeah. And to maintain professional and respectable tone. For example, you have issues with Jnaneshwar. Maybe you are very angry on Jnaneshwar. But Lohit, while sending an email, you always maintain a professional and respectful tone. Because email is the proof. Do remember that email is the proof. So whenever you are sending an email, please be careful while sending emails. Okay. And if you have a tone like you're ordering something, right, it's not looking good because you will be sending email to not just Lord Gnaneshwar, you will be sending emails to multiple person or part of that email. They're also not looking good. Okay. Avoid slang or orally casual language. Maybe you cannot say, Ray, please send it Rababa. Okay, those kind of slang you shouldn't use in emails. Okay, that's not the case. So you guys know about 2CC BCC by any chance, or this is the first time you are hearing BCC?
So can we explain again BCC?
Yeah, okay. For example, let me send out an email. I'm sending email myself, Mohan Chichudipili, and BCC. Can you guys send out your emails in chat? Go here. CC, we have Naneshwar. This is in CC, in BCC. In I'm sending this email. So I already received that email in another email ID. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Gnaneshwar, can you see your email?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what it is, how it is looking. Do you know who is in CC?
Yes, sir. Ganesh sir, Thermal City was in CC, sir.
Who is in CC?
Myself in the CC, sir.
You are okay. Sorry, I kept me in BCC, right? Yeah. See, now we have two people in the email, right? That's why we are getting an option called reply all. Okay. Or
Okay,
else,
sir.
if you click reply, right, you will go to Mohan Vamsi. If you click reply all, right, you will be replying to everyone, replying to Jnaneshwar and also, but you're not replying to CC, BCC one. Okay, because you are part of that email. To give clear message, right? For example, okay, let me put this way. You are sending an email to Mohan Vamsi. At the same time, you want to send an email to someone, your lead, and CC is like your teammate. Okay, maybe you are assigning your work to someone. So, for example, you are assigning your work to teammate. Okay, at the same time, you want to inform your team lead as well, but you don't want your teammate to know about that particular email. Okay, in that particular case, right, you will keep lead in BCC so that your teammate won't know about lead. Okay, he don't get notified. Lead is also part of that email. So now I am sending an email to Mohansi again. Two is like I'm giving Naneshwar. Okay, Naneshwar is part of two and Mohan Vamsi is in CC. Mohan Vamsi in BCC. I can drag and drop like this. So Mohan in BCC. Two is Naneshwar. I'm sending an email, assigning a task. I email sent. Email will be received here. Okay, we got that email. Naneshwar, if you see your email, right, you won't see Mohan Vamsi CH in BCC. Now I'll keep Naneshwar in BCC, so that will be right example for us. So CC, who is in CC? Vamsi CH in CC. BCC is Naneshwar. So Vamsi CS don't know about Naneshwar is part of that email. And this is my, and this is something. Okay, Anthony message. Okay, this is the perfect example for BCC. Let's see how it will look. My drive is full, that's why it's taking time to view here. Okay, now I received that email. See, while sending email, Gnaneshwar is part of that email, but we are not seeing him because he is in BCC. Okay, so that's why I'm not know about Gnaneshwar. Lohit, you understand it now? What is BCC refers?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So BCC is nothing but you don't want to show that particular email recipient in emails, right? At that time, you will place them in BCC. When the large group and recipient don't see each other in the address, then you will keep in BCC. So he will just get a template of that particular message, but he cannot see that particular people in that email. Do you remember BCC people can see who are part of that email, but CC people don't see BCC email recipients. Who are part of BCC, right? They will be hidden from actual email. CC is visible everywhere and 2 also visible everywhere, but BCC is visible only for BCC people. Okay, rest of the people BCC is hidden. In the same way, we see the difference, right? Reply means it will be go to that particular person on Chidipili, but if you click reply all, right, it will include everyone in that email, both Mohan Vamsi and also that Vamsi CH, who are part of that emails. Everything will be part of that email. So attachments and also tone, we already discussed about it. So always be professional and respectful, okay, in emails. And meeting tools. See, what is the purpose of meeting tools? For example, currently we are using Zoho meeting. Okay. So what is the purpose? Okay. To give updates, everything very easily using these meeting tools and platforms. Okay. So we are having like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, and we have Zoho is currently used by most of the organization in India, and also Zoom used by most of them in US. Whenever we work with mostly US clients, mostly they will go with Zoom and WebEx. Okay. So purpose of these meetings, right? Collaboration, decision making, updates, problem solving. Okay, these are the main 4 pillars for any meeting. Okay, so maybe you will be having a meeting to problem solving. Okay, there is an issue. Okay, so somebody will start a meeting, so you will be going to that meeting and you will be discussing about that particular problem. And the second meeting will be like every day you will be providing updates to your team members and all. That's we call it as scrum calls, or we call it as daily stand-up meetings or status calls. So these kind of things, right? At that time, you will provide updates to your teams in the meeting. And decision making. Maybe your organization held a meeting to remove few of the resources from your team. Okay, at that time it will be decision making, and they will be part of the meeting and they will be discussing and they will be removed them. Okay, and then collaboration. Maybe you are working with multiple teams, maybe development, QA, and other test. I mean development and QA teams and DBA teams, and there are some front end, back end. There are multiple teams are involved. So you'll be sending a meeting invite to all of them. So everybody will join and everybody will collaborate, and they will discuss about that particular project and they will be closing it. So collaboration is the key here. So these are the four main topics for what we'll have meetings: collaboration, decision making, updates, problem solving. Okay, and so these are some important points whenever you have a meeting. Okay, for example, every day 6 o'clock we are having a meeting, right? If you join a little bit early, few minutes early, that will have a good impression, and that will make sure you met with couple of leaders as well. So for example, there is a meeting at 6 o'clock, okay, in your organization, and you join meeting at 5:55 a.m. EST or IST. So maybe that 5 minutes you can communicate with the ones who are part of that meeting. They will be very casual at the time. So they will like you will be sharing hi and you can say well-being of them. So that will leave a positive impression. Okay, that way is very useful. Maybe people will ignore it, but those 5 minutes people will met. Okay, once meeting starts, right? Everybody in that particular zone and everyone discuss about that particular topic. Okay. So before meeting and after meeting, you will have a time to communicate with your leadership. Maybe, for example, you are new joinee and you don't know about anyone. If you join little early, right, you will get a chance to meet one on one with few of your colleagues. Okay, and also mute. For example, you have some work to do in your home or in your office or something, right? At that time, you can keep it on mute. Okay, so you should keep your microphone on mute. Okay, just like that. So there will be no background noise from the particular person, and also it is very easy for someone to address. For example, there are a couple of 10 members in the meeting. Okay, three of them are speaking. If you keep two of them are mute, right? So only one person is talking, then it is clear that okay, this guy is talking. Or else they should know by looking at a mic pointer and all, they should know like who is talking here. Okay, so that's why you have to keep microphone muted when you're not speaking, and also when there is a very background noise from your side, then you can keep it on mute. Maybe people think this particular discussion is a waste of time, but this will play a major role for a fresher who joins in meetings at the starting stage of his or her career. Okay, so video, encourage using video when appropriate and feasible. Okay, if you are in video, right, that makes life easy for the meetings. Okay, I'm not on video. Okay, sorry for that, but in organizations, right, people will follow this etiquette, like everyone should be part of that video charts and all, so that will be more interactive. Okay, participation, speak clearly, wait for your turn and be concise. Whenever you are joining meeting, right, just imagine there are like two people discussing about something, then you can say okay, this is okay, we'll be discussing about this, different points you can mention, but there are like 10 members in the team, right? Then before starting your thing, right, you should introduce, okay, this is Mohan Vansi from IT Vizag, and I want to discuss about this particular topic today. So that's how you should start. Or else if you start like I'm discussing about this particular movie in Steel World, then other members, right, should know who is talking here. Okay, that's why you should introduce first. Okay, this is Mohan Vansi. So I'll be discussing about this particular topic, and you can continue the discussion. And also, if you give so much story, right, in the meetings, that will make people to sleep, just like some people do. Okay, if you give more stories on top of everything, right, each and every point, that won't look good. And also it depends on meeting. When you give some presentations to clients and teams, right, so you should be very concise about your presentation, and you should be right on target. But when you're giving presentation to your teams and you are explaining couple of things, there are some issues and there are some findings, then you can elaborate little more to get complete idea about that particular issue or the problem you are referring there. Okay, just like for example, our meetings will be little long. Why? Because we are explaining things which are not known by our participants, so that we'll be explaining things little more deeper with some little funny examples. Okay, that's why people will remember it easily. That's the thing. Chat feature, focus, meeting invites, understood how to accept and decline the meeting invites. So everyone got meeting invite from Code2Corporate, right? So on your Gmail, every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, and every 1 hour, you will get notification on your Gmail. And also there is an option, right? RSVP, yes or no. You should select that yes or no, so that a meeting organizer will know, like there is okay, this guy accepted this meeting. Those things will be part of that one. Okay, meeting invite, you should know how to accept, and also you should know how to decline. So until now, you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, Janishwar, what about you?
No, sir.
Okay, for example, you are conducting a meeting and you are involving 10 members. So how you will send a meeting invite? Okay, you can practice that on Google's mail. Okay, just you have to invite 10 members from any one of them. Just give some random emails and try to create a meeting request. Okay, maybe with your friends you can create a meeting request in Gmail and see like how it is behaving. And also in your mobile also you can create meeting request. That's not the case, you have to use system or something. You can do that in your mobile as well. Okay, that's your thing for today. That's your task for today. Just create a meeting invite, maybe include me as well in the meeting. Create meeting and see like did I accepted that meeting or did I decline that meeting. So things like that you can observe. Maybe you can send meeting invite to Gnaneshwar and Rohit as well. So what are the ticketing systems? Explain them as tools used to track my. For example, Gnaneshwar, you have issue with your laptop, okay? Then what you will do? So you will be go to your IT operation teams and say like, okay, this is the issue. Okay, before that, they should know who are you. Okay, who is this guy from the which particular team he came here? Is he from your organization or not? So those kind of things, right? For that, there will be a ticketing system where users will create a ticket saying like there is a laptop issue with me or desktop issue or any software issue. Those kind of tickets will be raised. So people part of that IT support, right? They will manage those tickets and they resolve that issues. So what ticketing system will be using? It's completely depends. Okay, some people will take care of Teams channel and everybody will post a message and they will take it from there. And there will be a ticketing system in service now. Maybe you don't have a service now. That is also ticketing tool for a simple thing. And Jira is there for create tickets and all. Most of these kind of tickets, right, they will be managed within organization with a simple web application. There will be nothing much fancy things. Somebody will create a request and there will be somebody there to respond on top of that request. It's a very easy thing here. Later in the point, right, we'll be discussing about ServiceNow and Jira. That will be things are little tricky there. Okay, why are they used? Centralized tracking of work. So everybody will know about there is a ticket came for this particular software. Maybe, for example, the same software is having issues on multiple workstations. Then people will think, so there is an issue with this particular software. Okay, so they can resolve with discussing with vendor. Just like, for example, when there is any network issue with your Wi-Fi, right, you will be creating ticket to Airtel or Act or any other internet provider. In the same way, here also you will be using the ticket to know the progress of that one, when it will be resolved, these kind of details. And the prioritization of tasks. For example, there are like 5 tasks. One is for production breakdown, and one is for regular office Windows laptop and desktop. Then what you will take it out? First thing, always you will look for production ticket that will be having higher priority when compared with other tickets. So using this ticketing system, you can do tracking of your work and also prioritization of your task. Those both can be done using these ticketing systems. And then we have workflow management and accountability. Workflow management is nothing but, for example, Vamsi created a ticket, Jnaneshwar is working on that ticket. Then Vamsi will know, okay, Jnaneshwar is the guy, I can reach him. So if I want to know what is the status, in the same way, if it is having like more than 5 days or 6 days and ticket is not resolved, right, then who will take accountability to complete the ticket? Only Jnaneshwar, because that particular ticket is sent to Jnaneshwar, not to anyone. And the communication history and documentation. Like whenever you are creating a ticket, right, it will be logged somewhere. So in future, if somebody having similar issue, he can again go to that particular ticket and go for resolution, and he can apply the fix. That's how we will be building knowledge bases. Knowledge base is nothing but, like, they are like in the year of 2025 there are like 100 tickets. Then there will be 100 pages in knowledge base saying like, okay, this is the issue and this will be the resolution. So that's how things will move on after few days, right? Well, when you adding like multiple things into knowledge base, that people can directly go and search here, so that they will get resolution faster instead of going ticket and all. That takes time process, it takes time. Okay. And then reporting and analytics. For example, IT team at the end of the day, like maybe after 1 month, for every 1 month they will have a meeting inside the organization and saying like, these many tickets are discussed and these many tickets we have taken in this particular month. So those kind of reporting analytics, these ticketing system will be very useful. If you have any questions in these 5 points, like centralized tracking of work, prioritization of tasks, workflow management and accountability, communication history and documentation, and reporting and analytics. You have any questions in this? How ticketing system will work? As I said before, right, we have multiple ticketing systems. One of them is Jira. See, this is Jira board where he's looking at multiple tickets here. See, this is how you will look, and this is some categories like local, Mars office. Maybe this is like large team support, space travel partners, and space travel partners here, and summer sudden sale. So these kind of tickets will be categorized and it will be logged into Jira, so anyone can access. I mean, anyone in the sense like who who want to work on those tickets, right? They will be added on to their queue and they will be work on those tickets. So like in the same way, we have like Zendesk. Maybe I guess Zendesk we can create a trial version. So maybe next session we'll be looking into the Zendesk. Okay, this is also Zendesk. Just go through this. maybe here. Yeah. We should go to their official website itself instead of doing all this. See, Zendesk is introduced AI. So how AI will work here, right, in supporting systems? So they will feed like thousands of tickets to AI and saying like these are our issues which is happened in last 10 years. So based on that, you can create a knowledge base. Okay, so AI will create a knowledge base using that. So whenever like Vamsi is having issue, right, he will go and search for that particular topic. So based on the search items, right, that AI will respond back. Okay, this is the things you need to do to resolve this particular issue. That's how AI works here in this kind of supporting activity. So Jira widely used by development and IT support, commonly used in IT service management, and Zendesk, Freshdesk often used for customer support. We have different tools, right? Zendesk and Freshdesk, they can be used by customer support. Like for example, maybe if you're seeing any e-commerce websites, right, at the time they will be using Freshdesk and Zendesk. Mostly IT operations and organizations, right? They will be using ServiceNow and Jira. It's all depends on the company's policies and all. Both are widely used, Jira and ServiceNow. If you go for 10 projects, there will be 5 will be on Jira and 5 will be on ServiceNow. That vice versa, it can changes. Okay, just remember these names and for example, if somebody asks what is Jira, okay, that is a ticketing platform. Okay, that can be used for your development and IT support. In the same way, ServiceNow is also same. It also gives like IT service management. ServiceNow is much more advanced than Jira, I can say, and it got multiple versions nowadays. And you can integrate with different things like your servers, your desktops, your laptops, and also you can connect with different members there. And Jira is also have similar capabilities. So both are like 50-50. Okay, some people will use Jira and some people will use ServiceNow. Okay, you have any questions on these 5 points? Like you don't understand anything? Ticket issue, status, SNE, reporter, comments, priority. Maybe Lohit, can you explain what is SNE here? Yeah, can you explain about SNE here?
Employee. The ticket raiser help desk, I think. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sorry guys, I am on mute. Okay, I thought yeah, say it, Lohit or
The
Janish.
help desk guy.
Yes, I mean the ticket assigned to someone, right? That is the one who is SNE, who is the reporter, right? Who creates that particular ticket, and also priority, how urgent is ticket. It's also part of that. While submitting ticket itself, you will see. And status, what is open, in progress, resolved, or closed. So there is a difference between resolved and closed. Okay, resolved means it's completely resolved. Closed in the sense like it's not to be resolved. It's just closed because why? Because it's that particular task is completed. Resolved in the sense like there is an issue, you resolve that particular thing. Ticket to open to install a software and you will be closing that ticket once the software installation is completed. But if there is issue with software, then you will be resolved. You will be updating status to resolved so that that particular issue got resolved. So open and in progress, you already know. Open in the nothing but just open ticket, and in progress still somebody is working on the ticket. So you have to remember these things. Like maybe people will say like, who is the assignee of that particular ticket? Then you should know who is the assignee is nothing but the person who is working on that particular ticket. Okay. And who reported this ticket? The person who created that particular ticket. Okay. So this is the basic workflow. Ticket will be created and then ticket will be in open state, and someone from their team assigned to that particular ticket, and then that guy will be working on the ticket and he will be posting updates whenever it's needed, and then he can resolve that particular ticket and then it closed. So it's also changes. Okay. This ticketing system, each and every system will have different things. Some people will say resolved and some people will say resolved closed. And then next topic will be connecting basics to daily work. It's like a repeated things like reinforce how effective email communications and maintaining professional relationship with your teams and contributing positively to the team efficiency. These are like daily activities you should do in your team. Okay. So when you are working as a team, right, there are like there are two things. One is you can be work as a team and you can be work as individual. But if you work as a team, right, you will be growing in that. Okay. If you're working as an individual, like then you don't get complete support whenever it's needed. Okay. That's why you should work as a team. Okay. If you go, you can work as individual, you can complete your task and leave. But there are some cases where you will be facing challenges within your project. At the time you need someone. Okay. That's why you shouldn't be like I know everything. You should be like, yeah, I know something. Okay, I can learn it. You always in that mode, and I don't discourage you, but working individual makes you happy, then you should continue, but not to the extent I will do only my work. Okay. There are cases you should help your teammates and you should get help from your teammates. It's a vice versa. Okay, that's why you always be positive in your team, irrespective of the challenges in the team. Okay. So there may be the cases, okay, if you are facing too many noise from someone, you can always leave a complaint. But before that rationing complaint, you should just think about few other things as well. Is it really needed? Or just have a discussion with that guy so that will solve the issue. Okay, there are few things. There are some normal things. First, you should deal with just like normal persons. Later, you can be say like we are professionals. You should go with the other things. But maintaining positive atmosphere in the team, that will create a that will create a good team. And conclusion and next steps. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be working with the GitHub and we'll be accessing GitHub repository and we'll see like how GitHub will work. So tomorrow I don't know about anything about GitHub. That's how things will start. For example, I'm new to GitHub, how I will search in YouTube and Google, how I will find those commands and all. That's how it will go. It's not like I will know everything. I will do everything from scratch. Okay. I will do everything from Google search, and I will be using some AI tools to complete the particular task. Okay. So we'll be using maybe ChatGPT or Gemini for Git and GitHub things. Okay. Today's action item, right? You should send out an email saying, maybe you can send out an email to me saying like this is the things we have learned today. That's like a regular status. So in companies, right, the people will say like daily status emails to scrum masters and leads. Okay, that is also part of the teams. So you can also start like send one email with the things we discussed today. Okay, that will be your action item. So you have any questions?
No, sir.
So Slack also is a, like a Microsoft Teams, sir.
Yeah, Slack is also like a Microsoft Teams. Yes.
Achha, okay.
Slack. So First, there is Skype. Okay, Skype widely used by all our companies. Then later, Skype introduced Teams, and some Slack also comes into the picture. Slack is also just like I can say like mm, Teams only. It's just a chatting platform, and you can create meetings here, and there will be groups. Okay, if you see here, this is Slack, threads, mentions, docs, show more, and these are different groups and channels here, and you can chat like this, and you can mention different people. He's mentioning Madhu here, and here she's mentioning Fatima. Just like Teams, you can do everything, and you can have multiple groups, and you can create a Slack account, and you can access there as well. Okay. The thing is, every day you will get so many new tools. So it's all depends on your project, what they are using. See, Slack is also introducing AI agents. So AI agents will be everywhere. They will be like personal chatbots in near future. So they will do the work for you. For example, maybe you can say to AI agent like create a ticket like I am having issue with particular software. So AI agent will create ticket and it will assign to that particular team. So you no need to do everything. Okay, that AI agent will take care. That's how. That's the future here. Okay, in future we don't have any chatbots again. Okay, everything is agent. Maybe some people will be like chatbot will be renamed as agent. We should use that. Okay. You can create account in Slack and you can communicate. Or else we can also shift to Slack. See, Slack is from Salesforce. Okay, yeah, that's it for now. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be discussing about Git and GitHub. So that will be little challenging here. So this is how we'll start. So there will be no presentation, no document, nothing. I will be starting like what is GitHub, and we will be reading what is GitHub. Then we'll start each and everything. We'll create an account in GitHub and what we will do in GitHub, like what are the commands we will execute in GitHub, that will be discussed in tomorrow's meeting. Okay. If you guys have any questions, drop a message and also share the things with your team as well. Okay, I am ending recording for today. So we'll be meeting tomorrow at the same time, 6 a.m. IST.